enough of the boys.
Enough of the boys.
It's time for some girl action.
Yeah, you're taking over now.
Yeah.
I have no notes.
Yuri season. You have no notes.
Yeah, I just didn't know
Neither
anything.
do I.
No.
I think it's sexist of you to think that I would take notes.
I do have notes.
I know
For
you
the
have
record.
notes. And Joe will be reading from the Wikipedia today,
Yeah.
as we discussed beforehand.
Mansplaining these shows to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Even though this is one of the few shows where I've only seen the first episode that we've covered.
Yeah.
And you've seen all of it.
I've seen all of it, but only recently.
Yeah.
I know like quite a lot of people like rewatch the show endlessly, but I've only watched it. It was before we went on when we went to Japan together.
Yeah.
I was thinking of I was like looking for stuff to like bring on the plane, and I was thinking like, oh, maybe I could bring this. And then I got like 2 episodes, and I was like, oh, there's like sex in every episode. I'm not watching this on a plane. Because like, I mean, there's like, you know, I don't know. You ever watch a film on a plane and there's a sex scene, and you just like, it's the most disgusting thing you've ever felt.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But then you get a bit of a thrill, just like yeah.
Yeah, know someone's watching. Turn up the brightness, angle it so everyone
You ever see
can
those
see.
clips of like at someone watching challenges and they're just like
No, I haven't. What do they zoom in
It
on?
was something. It was like a gay scene,
Yeah.
but they watched like 20 seconds of it and then they start skipping.
That's really funny. Oh, I can't skip through challenges.
Yeah.
I watch all of that.
Uh,
The only thing I can relate to on that with the plane is when I went on holiday. Last time I was on a plane, actually. And this isn't like sex, but in terms of gore. And I went to the toilet, and walking back, there was like 10 different people watching the new Squid Game in like different places. And fair enough, it's like gore. But it's interesting how we like get disturbed by sex scenes in those sort of spaces.
yeah.
But then like someone get their brains blown out.
I mean, what can you say about society these days other than people are against any sex scene?
Yeah.
But like violence
That's
on
true.
TV.
Yeah. It's all you see.
It's all you see. Where are those good old fashioned values?
Yeah.
Now,
Exactly.
people are way more comfortable with like gore than they are with sex scenes,
Yeah.
especially now.
There's a whole thing about like my generation and younger being like becoming more prudish.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because I'm just like spitballing. Wonder if it's because we're like grown up with more online.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, maybe our relationship with like porn is different, or just like sexualized images.
Do you think people prefer being separate?
I don't know, maybe.
Because obviously porn consumption isn't at a low.
No, exactly. It's more just like, I guess people see like, with the rise of porn, people see any type of like video of like a sexual
As perverted.
As perverted.
That's true.
Whereas like in media, it's not always there for that reason.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is quite interesting. Like, obviously, there's never been a time where I felt as though it's just been like everyone was just like chill watching
Yeah.
people bang on screen. But it feels like definitely nowadays that there is like there's more articles about it, at least.
Yeah.
You see them like every now and again, just like like Gen Z or whatever is just like the most prudish generation. They don't like any sex in their thing. I feel as though there's a massive split. I think
Yeah.
this generation is becoming both more perverted and more prudish at
Yeah.
the same time. And it's like,
I think it's because we only ever hear about the extremes.
Yeah.
I bet it's like 90% of people are fine.
Yeah.
And then 5% of people are absolute heathens. And the other 5 are like the most conservative people you know.
yeah.
But like they're the only 10% that get
Yeah,
talked
it's probably
about.
just getting politicized. But
Yeah.
I don't feel as though we see it. But then again, heated rivalry is kind of huge right now.
Yeah.
And that's like
But
quite
I'd
explicit.
say that's bigger with like the millennial market, like older. Just from what I've seen online.
Okay, so it's like another sort of like general media that's appealing to like that generation.
Yeah.
So I definitely felt there was more like sexual representation of like
Yeah.
millennials than there is of
Yeah.
this generation.
It's interesting talking about this actually, because I've got a YouTube video about it,
Yeah.
about like repression in media, specifically talking about books.
Okay.
Where where
Plug in.
plug in the YouTube. Where we just talked about responding to another YouTuber who said about the rise of like romantasy and what she calls smut books. It's like, it is calling it perverted, saying it's not literature, it's porn. And it's like, well, who's to say?
Yeah.
Who's to make that decision? But then you do see it. I see it on book talk and discussions like that. People saying, our books nowadays is just like you go into Waterstones and it's just porn. And it's like, is it? Or is it just a book with sex scenes in it?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, there probably is a line.
It's kind of like going into a video shop.
Yeah.
Like, I know they don't exist anymore, but if you did, like back in the day, and just kind of be like, look at all this perverted shit, and you're looking at the adult aisle or something.
Yeah. Like, there are films.
Like, go upstairs on the Waterstones. You go to the fucking like fantasy section. I know there's been like a lot of crossover with like
romantasy specifically. Yeah, it's like a bigger genre right now. But you're right though. It's like going into HMV and like picking a movie that's like an 18, like X, and being like, oh, this is so like perverted. It's like, yeah, it's the point.
What's wrong with this generation?
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting just because like obviously there's more female readers in general.
Yeah.
There's a big talk about how like just in general, it's just well known that the biggest demographic of readers is women, and as well like some of the biggest sellers do have like a lot of explicit scenes, including this show as well. Like just sort of tied in.
Yeah.
Like they're able to like delve into these more like I think nuanced depictions of sex, because whenever it's depicted and not to like narrow it down, but like in guy media, a lot of the time it is less interested in exploring like sexual relationships. I'm not saying this like broadly, because obviously there's like a dumb girl smut out there. There is of any genre, but I feel as though I see way more nuance written by women who want to explore like these sort of dynamics, and I think it's like quite refreshing. I always get excited whenever I see any sort of media depicting sexual relationships in kind of a nuanced, uncomfortable way.
Yeah, I think it's important to like discuss that, especially when like you think about how a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't, like, consuming porn can damage your relationship with sex. I think having things talking about like these things in a realistic setting is important.
Just taking it out of the context of it just being titillating.
Yeah.
To be like I'm not saying like just strip it of eroticism.
No.
But I feel as though, there needs to be a middle ground where you're able to explore these topics, have some nuance.
Yeah.
Because like it could be very important for a lot of people. Like just having like a outright like disdain for anything depicting this sort of thing could be like really bad.
Yeah, exactly. An example I'm thinking of, which we're not talking about even though it's girl season, but we will talk about eventually, is Fleabag.
Yeah.
Like Phoebe Waller-Bridge put a lot of emphasis on that sex would be depicted, but no nudity or no, like, it wouldn't be voyeuristic in it. It would just kind of be matter of fact.
Now that you said that, that's actually quite surprising, because that feels like a very explicit show, considering there's like no nudity ever.
Yeah, there is. There's no. I think the most you see is like a butt, and that's like one of the guys.
Now that we're like, I know we decided the season beforehand, just because it's kind of funny, like all the girl shows.
Doing the girls.
But we were kind of discussing like a quote unquote auteur season. Don't cringe at it, but it just kind of makes sense of just like the writer director show. And I forgot Lena Dunham also wrote and directed this episode.
That's fair.
So looking back at it, I was kind of like, shit, that would have fit in with like the like the Fleabag or the Barrys or
Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's okay. The thing is, there's so many shows to talk about, and we're keeping these seasons limited. That, things will fit in multiple categories.
Yeah.
So basically what we want to talk about, just whenever.
Yeah. I'm starting off with a very controversial one.
Yeah, I did not know this was controversial.
This is an extremely controversial show.
5 weeks of pretty much controversy every episode, either related to like the creators of the Arrowverse or the shows themselves.
Yeah, but that's more like connected to like one person, except maybe Batwoman.
Yeah. Whereas this is like, there was a lot of controversy about this. Well, should we talk about the production of it?
Yes.
So
go on, read me that wiki.
Let me read you a story. So, what do you know of Lena Dunham?
I know she's a New York girl. She made some films.
Yeah.
And she met with what's his name? That one guy.
Yeah. So she was working in film, and she made a feature film in 2010 called Tiny Furniture.
Can I talk about that?
Yeah.
I have seen that. That's great. It's it gets sort of lumped into like the mumblecore genre.
Yeah.
Just because it's like an ultra low budget. Obviously focusing on relationships. I know there's a lot of hate with that genre, but I feel as though it's getting kind of like looked at with like a whole new lens these days. I'm quite a big fan of those films. I love the scrappiness of it a lot of the time. A lot of like a common criticism of that sort of genre, as well as this one, is that it's just depicting like sort of upper middle class like white families a lot of the time. And I don't necessarily disagree, but I am more. I like how I was able to tackle these topics, which often aren't able to be tackled in like even mid-budget movies.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, and I remember like going to watch Tiny Furniture because I think it was after I seen Girls, and I remember being rated like really really low. Like
Oh, really?
yeah, on like Letterboxd it was like a 2.5 or something, and I think I just got a resurgence because I was looking at it again and it's gone for like a bunch of points. So maybe it's just like maybe it's getting like a reevaluation like the rest of those sort of films are.
I can see how a film like kind of related to mumblecore is quite divisive. I imagine that, you know, if you're not into that,
Yeah,
like,
it's
it
like
really doesn't work for
ultra
you.
like bare bones storytelling.
Yeah.
But that really appeals to me.
Yeah, I like it as well. I haven't delved into it as much as you, but you know, that's kind of weirdly, it's like how I like with books, where a lot of the books I like are just kind of lit fic of just people doing things. And, you know, that's the appeal I see in mumblecore as well. Just people going about their lives. There's no like, not necessarily no high stakes, because anything can be high stakes depending on how you depict it, but more just interpersonal relationships rather than big plots.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's kind of ironic since we talked about like the Arrowverse the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But, like, there's a reason I grew out of those shows.
Yeah.
So after Tiny Furniture received positive attention and awards at the time, Lena was given the opportunity to collaborate with HBO producer Judd Abbots. So Judd said that Girls would provide men with an insight into realistic females.
I hated that sentence when I read it.
Read it. It's really ironic considering he has controversy about his past works being misogynistic, homophobic, and transphobic.
Which one has he made?
I didn't write them down for some reason. I did look at a list. It's more just like a lot of people like criticized his works for their depictions of women and also their inclusions of like slurs, like the F slur and the T slur.
You mean
Judd Abbots?
Do you mean Judd Apatow?
Apatow. I read it wrong.
I thought it was Judd Apatow, but I didn't want to correct you midway through.
No, correct me.
Yes, he did like Step Brothers and shit. He did all those like guy comedies, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair. It seemed like a lot of his stuff was just kind of the time and then criticized afterwards. Yeah, so maybe that's why he was interested in producing a show for girls.
Good intentions, could have framed it a bit better, but you know, I'm sure it's just like an awkward quote.
This show about girls will be great for men.
Yeah,
but like, I'm sure maybe the person asked him like, "Why do you as a man care about this?" or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing is with those quotes, yes, it's fun to make fun of people when they say stupid shit, but also a lot of the times they do get set up.
Yeah.
For it.
Okay, you're off the line for now, Judd Abbott.
It's because of my handwriting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine I read it.
Right. So Girls pulled from Dunham's real life experiences, supposedly. This next sentence doesn't flow.
Okay, go for it.
It's just Girls pulled from Dunham's real life experiences. The show was furnished by vintage boutiques.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I think I've obviously missed a bit out how like she grew up kind of like middle class.
Yeah.
We could tell. Very supported.
Yeah, they were trying to give it that rustic New York millennial apartment. And you know what? I think they nailed it.
Yeah. I like the sentence in this. So Dunham said Girls reflects part... Let's say that again. Dunham says Girls reflect part of the population not portrayed in Sex and the City. Another show we're going to talk about in a month.
Yeah. No, this is going to be a huge influence on all of these shows.
Yeah, which is funny because we're doing it last, but I kind of like that.
No, we're going back. We're going backwards chronologically.
Yeah. She said Gossip Girl, another show we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Was teens duking it out in the Upper East Side. Sex and the City was women who had figured out work and friends and now were trying to figure out family life. So there was this hole between the generations of girls that they wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I can kind of appreciate that.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, like, I'm surprised in this, though, she's 24. So, you know, it's kind of around that age.
Do you think she's younger or older?
No, I would be interested. We talked about how, like, we're interested in things about, like, people in their 30s.
Yeah.
But it's probably just because we're getting, like, close to that age, although we're equally as close to 24 as we are 30.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I say that. I want to preface saying I like messy 30-year-olds. I don't like.
there's a reason I love Fleabag's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
It's like she's in her 30s and she's a mess.
Yeah.
But then she like kind of gets it together, you know.
Yeah. But when I'm sure there's going to be more nuance. I can't wait to actually see Sex and the City since it has such a big influence. I don't like watching shows and then seeing people very well put together.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's something people kind of criticize old sitcoms for, like Friends, of like, they're all in their 20s and how can they afford those apartments? Like, yeah, superfluous stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, if like that's something you're looking for, you want something relatable.
Yeah. I'll talk more about it when we talk about the actual like episode.
Yeah, we'll go for it. When do you want to talk about Lena Dunham's controversies, or just the controversies in general? Should we get it out of the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of this, I've kind of cut it down. It is all
okay. There's
Wikipedia.
Some like private stuff that I just like. I don't.
Which bits? Well, let's talk about it, and then like if anything, we can cut.
Okay.
We can cut
go
around
ahead.
it. So we might not talk about all of it on mic.
Yeah.
But this stuff we'll probably mention.
Do your own research.
Yeah. So yeah. Retroactively accused someone of sexual assault in her book. His lawyer got involved and she apologized.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of us were there. A weird thing to be a controversy, I guess. It's just whatever. Nothing to do with us. Which is funny to say.
We're innocent.
We weren't there.
We were not
we
there.
Know nothing. But no, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Referred to herself as a sexual predator in regards to having sexual interactions with her brother when she was between the ages of 7 and 17 and he was between the ages of 1 and 11. I'm sure there's an explanation. I'm sure she didn't mean this.
I don't know.
I want to give most women so much grace with everything they do.
I think she would be in prison if that was true.
From what I can tell, and this maybe is worth mentioning now before we go through the rest of the controversies. Yeah.
Maybe she's like exaggerated to a stupid degree. Maybe she's not.
This is what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of women, especially female comedians, will say outlandish shit and get more flack for it than men who say worse things.
That is an insane thing to say in a book.
Yeah. It's like, because like there's some stuff, as we'll talk about in a minute, where I'm like, okay, I can maybe see what she was trying to do with this. Maybe the context matters, maybe something. Yeah, I don't know what she meant by that.
Okay.
Let's just move on. She was generally called insensitive. I should have ranked these. I should have put them in. I should have put them in like.
What would you do with the incest?
Probably that'd be up there. Honestly,
would that be an A tier?
Yeah, I think that's the top.
S tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, generally called insensitive. Probably in relation to girls as a whole, which was criticised for having an all-white male main cast. That'd be really funny, an all-white male cast.
Even the women aren't played by women. Am I right?
It's just like nowadays, isn't it?
And like the thing is, though, I agree. I do think like yes, this is a very. But also, I feel as though this has only been levied against it because it's women. Yeah, and this was just.
Guys,
is that going to be thrown at like the Entourage or some shit?
No, that's completely fair. You know, I think it's valid to criticize
but
shows.
Also, I'm not negating that criticism. I do think it is like a valid one.
I think it's completely valid. Thing is, I haven't
especially
seen
since it's like in New York, in Brooklyn, one of the most culturally diverse places.
I think it depends on what you're doing with it as well. I've only seen the first episode, and obviously we're going to go into it. But like with the plot kind of being based around these spoiled kids, like. And I say kids because, like, they're in the mid-20s, but they're acting like children.
Yeah.
That kind of works with the fact that they're all white. However, that doesn't mean there shouldn't be more diversity.
Yeah, exactly. There should be...
You know. Especially because apparently, isn't it like Donald Glover? No, not Donald Glover. Definitely not Donald Glover. He's way too old. Childish Gambino.
Yeah, Donald Glover.
It is Donald Glover.
Yeah.
I mixed him and Danny Glover up. It's like it's not Danny Glover.
No.
Yeah, Donald Glover is in one of these seasons, one of these things, isn't he? And doesn't he play like a right-wing guy? So it's like...
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people are also like, okay, so when you do introduce a black character, he's right-wing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, I'd have to watch the show and form my own opinion, but I think it's a valid criticism.
Yeah, but I could see like a general criticism of it, which I think is just bullshit. It's just like, Oh, it's just like the sort of general ones that like being thrown at like any character that isn't depicted as being like kind of likable.
Yeah. We'll definitely talk about that because we've both got quite strong opinions about like unlikable characters.
Yeah.
Let's power through the rest of the controversies.
Okay, go.
Yeah. So I'll say this one next because I don't think we're going to be able to make this one funny, and then I'll leave the other one for last. So one of the show's writers, Murray Miller, was accused of sexual assault by actress Aurora Perenne. Is that how you say it? No. Or Perenne?
Mm-hmm.
No. Lena Dunham publicly said it was one of the 3% of misreported cases. She later retracted this. Again, we weren't there. But like we said earlier, weirdly enough, like it's coincidental that we said this, where in terms of the whole girls is good for guys thing.
Yeah.
We don't know what question she was asked.
Yeah.
Should she have been commenting on someone else's accusation of assault? No. But also, was she asked about it? Because if that's the case, that shouldn't have happened either.
I feel as though there could be like a whole different thing about this.
Yeah. You know, it's like I'm just stating.
Maybe we're trying to be more courteous just because like we've gone through like so many shows where it's just like men. I know, like this is like obviously we're not planning like the sexual assault on them,
No.
on her,
Yeah.
but more just like we've gone through so many shows where it's just like men being monsters behind the scenes, and it feels already like we're trying to be more graceful. Obviously, like believe women.
Yeah, exactly. I think that always believe people who make accusations like that. And, you know, maybe we're giving Lena Dunham more grace because she's a woman herself.
Yeah.
Maybe if she was a man, we'd be like, what an arsehole. Like, maybe we'd be way harsher.
No, it would be true. We would kind of just be like, fuck him, what a piece of
It's kind of
shit.
unavoidable of these things to check your own biases. But also, on the flip side, other people might be reporting this stuff way more with her in terms of controversies because she's a woman.
Yeah.
So, you know, what's controversial for her...
Yeah, two things could be true at the same time.
Exactly. Just to end on one, and this is the one where I feel like she was probably taken out of context and didn't mean offence. She said she'd wished she had an abortion so she could better understand women who had. I am sure that was...
That sounds exactly like something Hannah would say in the show, and I think she does later on.
Yeah, I could picture her being like, you know, I want to understand what it must be like for a woman to go through that. You know, I wish I had one without thinking about it. Or making a joke. Yeah. And it just not landing.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It doesn't help that she's a lightning rod for this shit. So,
yeah.
And she clearly doesn't... She speaks very openly to a horrible degree.
Yeah. So make of all of that what you will. We kind of couldn't go without addressing it because the same with Batwoman. It's like, it's so heavy, like handed with all the shows. Like, you can't avoid them a lot of the time. But that's just... what it said online, make your own opinions.
And I just want to say, like, because I'm going to be complimenting the show to, like, sort of jump forward. I do really, really like the show.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that a bunch of people worked on the show. This isn't just, like, an auteur project. I know I was, like, joking about it. Just like, we'll lump it in as like one. But, like, obviously, the cast is very strong.
Yeah.
And which is like a big role of it, and I like where it goes later on.
Yeah,
when it brings in like different voices to like.
There is always like a lot of things get linked to one person,
and I don't even say that to like discredit what Lena does in this because I think she does do a really really good job, and she was like she was like kind of a blueprint for a while of like what you can do with these like women led voices in like TV as well.
No, I completely understand. There's so many names behind a piece of media, but also. Where it starts is important.
Yeah.
I think I can't remember who it was. It might have been Greta Gerwig was saying about, you know, how movies end with like a film by, and then like saying this would be like a film by Lena Dunham. Greta Gerwig, I think it was her, was saying she really wants to have a film where it does that. So it like movie ends, fade to black, a film by, but then it's every name of everyone who worked on it. I thought that was such a cute idea.
Yeah. Because, there is like this has been talked about to death, but like altruism has just sort of been like often a male led like ideology more or less, where it's just like everyone's like, and there's like some truth to it in that like obviously they're the creative like head of it, they're keeping a project on track a lot of the time, but like a ton of ideas come from like a multitude of people.
Yeah, exactly. So you know it needs acknowledging. because this show is so heavily related to Lena Dunham.
Yeah.
But, it's the whole, like, Death of the Author thing as well. Everything's related, but also you've got to keep everything separate.
Yeah.
You can't not address it, but also it's not the focus.
I like what she writes and acts.
Yeah.
And that is tied to what she is as a person, but that isn't me condoning.
Yes.
Yeah. What she does.
No, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Cool.
Let's get past it. So, the show, guess who was created and it was created and show run by?
Please tell me.
Yeah. Lena Dunham.
Lena Dunham?
Yeah. And then the pilot was written and directed by...
Fuck!
Lena Dunham.
Shit.
It was released April 15th, 2012 on HBO. And the viewership, it was, for the pilot, 0.872 million. Which is not the lowest we've covered. The Mist was lower, what me and Garyn did when you were off, Phil. Yeah.
That's crazy low.
That is really low. I thought it was going to be the lowest. When I was doing the research and I looked, I thought that must be the lowest we've done. But The Mist was 0.684 million.
Damn.
So only an extra less than 200,000 more. But still more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was The Mist aired traditionally, or was it just a Netflix show?
No, it was. It was aired on... Yeah, because that's the thing. This is a HBO show as well. So that makes it feel a lot lower. The Mist was on Spike.
It was okay.
Spike TV. Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. That's really quite surprising. I guess it took a while to get on.
Yeah.
I never knew like what it was at its peak. I remember hearing about it when it was like airing when I was like kind of younger, but I never.
Yeah.
But that was because of the controversies.
Oh really?
Like often the time, not specifically. I just heard that the show was controversial.
Yeah.
Not necessarily knowing if that was just because. The explicit nature of it.
Yeah.
B, it's a show about women.
Yeah.
Or C, because of like the general controversies that we have just discussed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, because I was surprised, because I feel like, even though this isn't a show I've seen, it seems like a popular show from what I've seen. Like,
yeah.
That makes sense. Like,
I
we'll
think
talk
it's more
about Reddit
influential.
later.
Yeah, I think it's more influential than it was, like, say, huge in the ratings wise.
Yeah, exactly. Which I guess makes sense. Sometimes shows aren't big when they come out. I mean, look, Breaking Bad, yes, it had more views, but considering how big Breaking Bad is, you'd think it'd be way more. I think, what was Breaking Bad? Just over 1 million? Let's have a look.
Yeah, I remember it being like around that.
Yeah, 1.41 million. So, that's probably third lowest.
Yeah.
There are other shows that don't have as much of an impact as Breaking Bad that have way more views on their pilot.
Mm.
Like Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
No cultural significance.
When we go to the 50 shows, then we'll start hitting new peaks of people watching television.
I'd be very excited to see what dethrones Twin Peaks. It'd be really funny if it's just something where it's like, what the fuck is this?
It'll probably be something like I Love Lucy or something.
Yeah, I Love Lucy.
Which will have like 100 million viewers.
Yeah, everyone with a TV was watching I Love Lucy because it was
the
only thing on
There were
TV.
2 TV channels.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, you didn't get to see Andrew Reynolds. Reynolds,
yeah,
he's in
this.
it.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
He plays her gay best friend.
Oh, nice.
He's also a theatre actor, so
makes sense then.
Yeah. Which was weird because I was watching this. It's like, why do I know him the entire time? And then only then I found out he was in Falsettos.
Yeah. He's in lots of things. He's in Yu-Gi-Oh.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean he's in Yu-Gi-Oh?
He's in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Voice acts in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, he voice acts. He's a voice actor.
What does he play?
Kaiba and Mokuba, they have like a third brother who's like AI.
Do they?
Like in a computer. Yeah.
He's played by him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. He's in there's like a Pokemon musical thing. He plays James in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He does quite a bit of voice acting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, he's great. He adds a lot of energy to the show.
Yeah. Well, there we go. There's a bit of diversity. A white gay man. Right, there we go.
Okay.
All sorted. Let's talk about the episode.
Okay. I mean, I've already said I really enjoy this. I enjoy the show, but it's interesting going back from the first episode.
Yeah?
Yeah, just because, generally with like the shows we covered, we'd either have seen them a bunch of times or we've seen them like we haven't seen them. So it's interesting going back to this where I watched the whole thing, I've really, really liked it.
Yeah.
And I'm going back to the beginning and just seeing it.
Is this the first thing we've watched where you've seen all of it and I have only seen one episode? It might be.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard to say now if like when we've both seen something, we can both kind of reflect on the changes that happen. Whereas this is kind of hard where it's like, I can imagine as like a sort of ensemble show that changes, like in terms of the characters.
Yeah.
Do these characters we meet in this episode kind of stick around?
Yeah, they stay through the entire show.
Yeah.
There's some who drop out, like, let's think, I'm
I
going quite
only
right.
know Hannah.
That's
and
okay.
The others, I know Kylo Ren is there.
Allison?
Allison, she's
her best friend.
The one who's
like quite controlling.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's okay.
So Allison's go for it.
Let's go through the characters.
So
okay.
Hannah is Lena Dunham.
Hannah is Lena Dunham. No, sorry, Alison Williams is Marnie. My mistake.
Oh, so Marnie is her best friend.
Marnie is her best friend. Jessa, that's the one who
British girl.
Yeah. She's who's cousins with Shoshana, the Sex and the City, the girl who really likes Sex and the City in the tracksuit. And Adam is played by Adam Driver. So that's
okay, that makes it easier to remember, I guess.
Ray, who was at the party, who's with who really likes McDonald's.
Got that? They mentioned McDonald's.
He's the one who makes the
him.
The opium.
Yeah.
He makes the opium, and then Charlie, who was Marnie's
boyfriend, the one who
she's already put off at the beginning of this episode.
But won't break up with him.
Yeah, there's that's pretty solid. The cast they bring people. The only person who kind of goes away is Charlie, because the actor had like some creative differences with Lena Dunham. So he left after season 3, I think, and then he came back near the end for a little bit.
I feel like it makes like the guys are kind of the easy ones to write out. Because a lot of them are linked by relationships, so it's kind of just like, you could just be like, they break up.
That's true. It is definitely more centered on the, of course,
the girls.
It's centered on the girls more. But they do give them a lot of depth. And I only have like a vague recollection of the whole show now, since I did like basically binge the whole thing. And I haven't gone back to a full thing. So
I remember
I remember there being, I remember specific points. I remember like highlights.
Yeah. I remember when you watched it, you recommended it, and that's when I watched the episode for the first time. I can't remember when that was, but it's probably like well over a year ago.
Yeah.
And I never watched past it, not because I didn't enjoy it, but because I don't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
You know? But I did really enjoy this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny.
Yeah. The biggest credit I can give to it is very consistently funny the entire time. It does hit that sort of specific humor of that really appeals to me, of not necessarily telling jokes all the time. There are jokes within it, but a lot of the comedy just derives from like uncomfortable situations. Yeah.
Uncomfortable comedy can be hit or miss for me. Like, I've watched almost all of Always Sunny. I just haven't seen the newest season. But, you know, sometimes when it's like it gets too far, it can be really painful. Yeah. This was a case where it was the perfect amount for me. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, I think that kind of works in the similar way that Always Sunny does. Is that I don't think to the same degree of Always Sunny where it pushes into parody and then self-parody and then sort of wraps around to being sincere again.
Yeah.
With this, it kind of does that, where they keep pushing it. It's just like they do act really selfishly, and that does put like a lot of people up. But I do think because of that, they're able to like generate these sort of very uncomfortable situations that, given under any other circumstance, would be like horrible to watch. But because of like the back and forth they're able to create with it, I feel so it's really funny.
Yeah. Should we talk about, what do you want to talk about, characters or the scenes, like scene by scene?
We can talk about the characters.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we focus on Hannah then?
Okay, so Hannah. Yeah, because it's... Yeah.
Or should we build up to her?
No, the entire episode, like, so we can like sort of...
Yeah. So it starts with that opening scene.
Yeah.
Talking with Hannah and her parents.
When I got this episode to watch, and I just started watching it just like a little bit casually. I didn't expect to like watch the whole thing, but I found that opening scene like that's such a perfect way to tie you into like the atmosphere, the writing style,
naturalistic.
Yeah. like this entire episode just sort of flows very well, I feel.
I love that opening scene. I just love how you kind of know what they're gonna say, but like even just getting the parents' different viewpoints across, where the dad doesn't really want to say it, and then like when the waiter comes and the mother's like, "Oh, she's had enough." Like she's clearly the one who's really enforcing this.
Yeah,
and the dad kind of wants to still, baby her and protect her.
Yeah, no, it says so much about it, like a character, like straight away. I feel.
Yeah, of just how like she doesn't even necessarily take them seriously at first, and she tries to bargain with them.
Yeah. Like, but like it shows like her negative sides, but also the positives straight away. Just like she's like quite determined to do this at the same time. Like she's very almost headstrong. She doesn't collapse, but she is like kind of pathetic in that way. She does have this very over, like this ego that's just like it's too big.
She does. It's kind of like how she is later on when she because she's doing an internship. When she does go to her boss at the internship and say that like she needs to be paid, it's like she's willing to like do things and say things when she needs to.
Yeah.
It just doesn't always work out for her.
Yeah. No, I like because it makes I feel like those kind of like the setup of her just like, oh, like you could just get a job now.
Yeah.
And then having that just immediately like follow. I think it just shows like they have like an unrealistic idea of like how the world works there now. And it makes you sympathize with her, I feel. Just because, like, she isn't trying to exploit people the entire time.
Yeah.
She does do, like, kind of shitty things later on. But I feel as though in this specific situation, it does immediately get you to root for her. Because you get this depiction of just like, oh, she just wants to leech off them.
Yeah.
Then she tries this and then she just immediately doesn't have a job.
Yeah, it's like, so, yes, she's, exactly what you said. She is very privileged to the fact that she's getting money from them. But then she's also right that the world is hard.
And then when she's talking to Adam later, it's show that's just like, no, that's how everyone gets to live there.
Yeah, exactly. Which is mad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying this. I'm very privileged. I'm like, for our local area, borderline middle class.
The worst thing to be.
Well, I argue against it because I don't want to be called middle class. But then also, like, my parents were workers. They both worked up to retirement. And like, but they were, well, again, that's like situations. I'm not going to justify my own situation. I've been very lucky in life. But even then, if I was like, I think Adam says that he gets like $800 a month from his grandmother.
Yeah.
Christ, I still pay rent to my parents.
Yeah. No, it is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought this was really interesting because not long ago, I was reading something online about how like, it was about America specifically, so not relevant for us, but relevant for the show. The cultural difference of family, and I think it was linked to like a girl writing about how she turned 18 and then her parents were basically like, you need to move out now in America. And she was having a breakdown because, I mean, now I can't imagine an 18-year-old trying to make it in the world now, especially without extra support. And lots of people were responding saying about how like the Western idea of family is kind of like you have children, you support them up to a certain age, and then
you throw them out.
Then you throw them out, but then you expect them to like do the same for you or things like that, or like children are kind of seen as like objects or possessions. And I thought it was really interesting because the way a lot of people were saying about it, not speaking about specific cultures because I'm not sure, but like just the mix of different people from different backgrounds talking about how like. In certain Asian cultures, for example, it's very common for like 3 generations to stay in one household.
Yeah.
Kind of like the old living situation.
Yeah, that's true.
You live with your grandparents and your mother as well.
Yeah, we're not poor. We just live like Japanese people.
Yeah, exactly. It's a cultural thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I like when characters are grounded in financial realities. Even in this case where like a lot of out for like a ton of these characters is just like, oh, I get money off my parents. But that's what makes this so interesting, just like yanking that away from them.
Yeah.
Like, even like their reactions and stuff, it makes them feel more justified and it gets you on their side.
I love that conversation between Marnie and Jessa about like, look, just tell him, you're trying to get a job and things like that. Just tell him you're an artist.
Yeah.
It's just like,
That's why I like that too, because they're like polar opposites.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
like coming from a different situation. Like obviously, like Jessa had more of a privileged situation in that she could just like go out and travel, and
Yeah,
she can like have this bohemian life. And but I think that gets explored interestingly later on.
yeah, I could see that having like quite a bit of depth.
Yeah, uh, yeah, I think it's really cool, and yeah.
I wonder if that's one of the things that maybe puts people off in terms of unlikable characteristics.
Mm.
You could talk about like, oh, they do bad things or things like that, which kind of put people off. But I mean more in the sense of I can see someone watching the show and hearing about how they all get money and like kind of take it for granted and being put off by that. But I think that's where the comedy comes into it as well.
No, it does. I agree.
Of like, it's kind of relatable. It's relatable in the sense of, financial struggles and things like that. But then the comedy comes in for the fact of like, yeah, but these are like very privileged people.
Yeah.
Who
I think it's different from like from like an Always Sunny,
yeah,
for example, because obviously they play into it that they're basically white trash.
yeah.
But like even that factor of it makes them more likable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Even if they do like more cartoonishly dumb things.
Yeah.
It's just like because like people don't like a lot of things, but they hate privileged people.
Yeah. I think a lot of people. This is might be a bit of a wild swing. I think there's like this thing where people hate people who are slightly above them in class more than they hate them on people far. Yeah, the crabs in a bucket thing.
Yeah, crabs in a bucket.
Because like, wouldn't we all want $800 a month from our grandmother?
Yeah,
of course we would. We'd also want to be like rich as fuck and never have to struggle. But one of those is more realistic than the other.
Yeah.
So it's easier to hate on Adam for like getting money for his grandmother than like all the exploiting people who are exploiting others.
Yeah, and you can see it as like at least he's being honest about it.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the shame. But he is like quite obnoxious.
Yeah,
like in a ton of ways. But like there are some like certain like elements that are admirable about that. It's just like you could be so forthcoming about it at least.
Yeah, exactly. Of just admitting it. A lot of people, the whole like phrase of like check your privilege coming around after this show. Mm-hmm. Really, I associate that phrase with like 2016 onwards.
Yeah.
But just a lot of people think checking their privilege is just like acknowledging it. I mean, ContraPoints talks about it in her Envy video.
Yeah.
Where like Kim Kardashian is like, oh, I'm humbled and blessed, and it's like I'm so privileged. It's like, well, that's flaunting it.
Yeah.
But more just having that matter of fact of like, yeah, I get financial support.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with like depicting that kind of character, especially in this way where it's definitely played for comedy, I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
And they do expand on it, and like I do feel as though it's like there's like a lot of depth to this. It isn't just like an Always Sunny where they are basically caricatures.
Yeah.
They do play around with them, but they are cartoons for comedy. Whereas they're supposed to be like actual like characters, I feel.
On the flip side, it's kind of reminding me, just talking about like financial comedy specifically, of Schitt's Creek, which obviously I've been thinking about a lot recently, with the passing of, I forgot her name, sadly.
Catherine
O'Hara. But of just like how Schitt's Creek is kind of like the opposite, where it's not even opposite. It's just the more extreme version of this, where it's actually rich people.
That's doing the Always Sunny thing, where it's just like it pushes it again into parody.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas this one,
this is like the pure realism of like.
Yeah, it's trying to be more, like a lot more grounded.
Yeah.
So I could understand this sort of being mistaken as just like, oh, it's just kind of like all these characters sort of living in kind of a hip neighborhood and just shit, and like fuck these guys, and just like I feel as though a lot of the time, the framing of these scenes does sort of lend to that. That's
why I think it's interesting, the whole controversy around the cast being all white. Because like I said earlier, I definitely think it's valid to criticize lack of diversity in casting. But also, I love I'm saying this as someone who's not seen the rest. And based on what people have said online, I can imagine this isn't something that specifically gets looked into. Unless I'm just wrong about that. But I love the idea of, these are just a bunch of privileged white kids. And, maybe Lena Dunham could have done something with that, or another writer could have done something with that, of bringing like race into it specifically. But whether they do or don't, I don't know. So I haven't watched it past the first episode. Yeah. We keep talking about Hannah specifically, because we talked about, so what's going on with her relationship with Kylo Ren?
Seems
like very one-sided.
It's a situationship.
It's a situationship.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of like she's taking it more seriously than he is.
Yeah, that seems to
Basically.
be the case.
And I feel as though, like, the biggest compliment I feel as though I can give this show is like how it portrays. It shows like a character dynamic within the actual sex scenes,
Yeah.
which is incredibly rare.
Yeah, I love that like scene with the the talking about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, even though I didn't, these shows you always kind of find like things to relate to, and even though I didn't really relate to Hannah much specifically, I felt like I related more to Marnie. The bit where like they're having sex and she's still like,
Of course, you have to relate to Marnie.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later, but like,
Yeah.
the bit where they're having sex and she's just like, I just want to make sure you're not mad at me.
Yeah, it's just like it's able to portray this like sort of uncomfortableness and vulnerability, and be funny at the same time. It's like juggling like quite a lot.
Yeah, because you want those scenes to be uncomfortable and funny, but like, there's a thin line. You can go one way or the other way. Like, you can go too far uncomfortable, and then that doesn't make it funny anymore.
Yeah, no, it's true, and it's just like no, it takes a lot of bravery as well to like show these sort of scenes.
Yeah.
To like get naked in front of a camera and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially for like a long, because there's a lot of sex scenes in this show.
That's fair. Does it get like, because obviously like it's a sex scene, but like it's explicit in terms of like nudity and stuff? Because obviously you see in this episode, you see their side profile.
You don't see cock.
I don't imagine seeing cock, but like in terms of like, because it's about the girls, in terms of the girls' bodies.
Yeah, you've seen like some nudity.
Yeah. It's interesting because a lot of the nudity in this so far, even though like it's literally a sex scene, is kind of that's true. It's all side profiles, so I was wondering if they try to like get around it. But then no, I guess if it's HBO, I guess they could just do a lot of things. Yeah, that's fair.
And they like, although they like, there's some uncomfortableness in the sex scene, their sex life looks incredible compared to fucking Marnie's.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about Marnie in a minute.
Marnie and Charlie's, well, she's just like repulsed by him.
That's true. I
think that's like a really interesting like dynamic just to like set up as well.
Yeah.
Just to contrast it with that. Whereas like
they've got a situationship.
Yeah, they got like a sexual relationship, but they don't have a relationship. Whereas Marnie has like
the opposite.
A relationship but no sex life, more or less.
That's fair. That makes sense. Before we go into Marnie fully, should we talk about the final scene of the episode? Where just to round out on Hannah of like her taking opioids.
Yeah, that's such a funny scene.
That was hilarious. I genuinely was like, I couldn't stop laughing during that scene.
And I do want to highlight the parents. I don't remember the actors' names, but those two are great.
Yeah, they are.
They're in a bunch more episodes, and they're like, I love all the scenes. There's some really sweet stuff with the mother later on as well.
Oh, nice. No, I love that scene of just like, I think I might be the voice of a generation. All I'm asking for is $1,100 a month for 2 years. Now I know what you're thinking. She can't survive on that. Just so fucking...
Yeah, no, she's like a really good writer.
No, she is. And to be fair, her high acting is really good. Like, she plays it with like just the right balance of like,
it's not too over the board.
She's off one. But I just love that. This whole setup, as someone who has written as well, the idea of sitting there watching someone read what you've written.
Yeah.
Then the bit where she's like melting into the floor. It's just the escalation.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
Yeah. I think that just rounds it out on like what I like about Hannah. Of like, there's things about her that I don't want to necessarily say problematic, but like there's negative characteristics.
No, she's like
her.
kind of unlikable, but there are like likable elements within her.
You can see where she's coming from.
Yeah, and I think that's like exemplified by the ending where like she takes like her money and
the hotel money.
Yeah, it was like it's kind of scummy, but you can almost kind of understand.
Yeah, and like she even takes the she even tries to order room service.
Yeah. Just like, get out now. Okay. Yeah, that's a great way to end her.
Yeah, really just ties it together and sets it up. I can see myself watching the next episode. Realistically, I know I probably won't. But like, if I was watching week to week when this first started, that would make me want to think like, I want to see like where this character goes, and also like kind of root for them in that sense. Because even though characters can be unlikable, you still got to have kind of something to work for, like strive for.
Yeah.
So at the end, seeing her like to go through all this to kind of make you think like, oh no, I want to see her like get successful.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Marnie next?
Talk about Marnie, yeah. Where she what she goes through later on is so fucking funny. Yeah, I didn't expect that. But it's cool seeing it now. She's obviously playing this like the high strung
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
To sort of
Balance
contrast
out.
to contrast Jessa, who's obviously the more on the surface anyway, flea throwing, just like a traveler. She's been places.
Yeah, exactly. I think the bit that gets me with Marnie, granted, I'm saying I relate to her. She's definitely more outspoken than I am. But the bit where she's like mad at Jessa and she's like, "You're late to the party that was thrown for you." It's like, yeah, that would piss me off as well.
Yeah.
And just the whole thing of like, not being able to go over the whole like starving artist thing.
Yeah.
Um,
No, she's obviously played by Alison Williams, as I said.
Yeah.
Megan and other things.
Yeah.
Get Out.
Yeah.
She's great in that.
She's really good in Get Out. She's a really good actress.
Yeah, she is. She's got to play this and it is quite a difficult sort of character to play, where it is just like obviously someone who's got to be like the sensible voice.
Yeah.
At least initially.
Yeah.
Playing almost like kind of like a D.
Yeah, yeah.
She doesn't go like D, but she just goes insane. She does go quite funny, but yeah, it's quite difficult to strike that line so where it isn't just like grating.
Yeah, yeah.
Where,
I can
like,
see
you got to be you empathize with her situation there.
Yeah, I can see this would be the character because she's arguably the most grounded and like serious. This being the character where it's like, oh, she's the one spoiling the fun.
Yeah.
Like weirdly, kind of like a Skylar White.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, I don't like her. She tries to stop like the fun happening.
Yeah.
And like in a way, kind of then stop the plot happening. It's like, yeah, of course, it would be better if Hannah just spoke to her parents and said she was going to get a job, but then the plot wouldn't happen.
But she also has to play arguably the very awkward scenes as well with Charlie, where she's just gonna just be really disinterested.
Yeah, you can definitely like see that, empathize with her. The idea of, like you said, her relationship with Charlie and how she's just. He loves her so much, at least on the surface level.
Yeah.
From what I can see in this episode, like is obsessed with her essentially, and she just doesn't care.
Yeah.
And that's arguably the worst. It's not even just like, she's desperate to get away from him. It's like the awkward in between.
Yeah. Well, she wants to be in a relationship, just not with him.
Yeah.
I like how their friendship is portrayed. It feels quite realistic because it does go both ways. They both clearly like do really love each other.
Yeah, yeah. I really like that casual conversation where they go for the bathroom.
There's a scene that, like, not to spoil it, it's in the last episode, but it's so fucking funny. We're just she goes to her after everything. It's just like, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's being a friend. I am the best at being your friend. But she says it in such a sociopathic way. It's so funny.
Well, Marnie says that.
Yeah.
I feel like that sometimes. It's a competition.
Yeah.
No, I like the conversation they have in the bathroom, which is like, you see me naked way more than I see you naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it shows like as well, like she's obviously more comfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
Like being more naked around her friend.
Yeah, exactly. Also just talks about like it really separates how these characters are different, but also in a way that you can see their relationship. I thought it was really cute that they like, slept together. But then also it like plays that really interestingly with the whole like, you were only sleeping with me to get away from Charlie.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, you think it's just, these friends, they're so cute, they just get on so well.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, she's also avoiding this whole other thing.
Yeah, that's like really cool.
Yeah. Should we talk about Jessa?
Yeah, let's talk about Jessa.
I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah?
I think she's so funny.
Yeah, she's so funny. She's great. She's in Tiny Furniture as well.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, her and Lena were like really close before.
Talking about...
But apparently she had to be convinced to do the show. Yeah, because she's not really an actor.
Oh, fair. It's funny, I mentioned Schitt's Creek earlier. This is like why I love that show so much. I just love a character who, at least on the surface, is just so oblivious to a lot of things. But like... not in a outwardly rude way, like just like they don't quite realize how they're coming across.
Yeah.
And this whole like archetype of like a travel girl.
This like bohemian type.
Yeah. Like a privileged bohemian who's like, oh, I did a year abroad here.
Yeah, it feels like I don't really get that sort of character anymore.
Yeah.
Unless they're like portrayed as being extremely obnoxious.
Yeah. Because I think that like this genre of person, especially with the like social media, kind of became a joke of like, the person who took a gap year before uni.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
Yeah, portraying her as like being like disconnected from the internet as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel as though if this sort of character was about now, they would be like posting about it all online.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she's a travel vlogger or something.
Yeah, which is like, it's quite clear that she's not that. Like even Shoshana, yeah, she's like wow, she's just in awe of her.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, she's like the absolute opposite. She gives like bad advice, but like well intentioned.
Yeah, she thinks she's doing like, she's not trying to sabotage anyone. She's trying to help.
Yeah. She's coming from like a genuine perspective. It's just like one that's obviously not that rooted in reality a lot of the time.
Yeah. But no, I just thought she was so funny. Like, I didn't write down any quotes from her, but just the acting as a whole.
Yeah. It's sort of like sleepy-eyed acting the entire time.
Just like, oh, 7? I thought that was just a suggestion. It's
Yeah.
like, when would it be a reasonable time for dinner? And I'm like, 10. But it's just the way they set up her character as well, of like Hannah and Marnie talking about her arrival.
Yeah.
Like before that she even shows up.
Yeah.
And Marnie doing the whole like, oh, she'll probably show up in a dress that's like so expensive but looks amazing on her, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It sets you up to like for this character. And then when you meet her, it's like, oh no, she's like nice. Like, stuff like she's not nasty or anything.
Well, in this episode, she can't get nasty. Shoshana. She's some people's favorite, surprisingly. Yeah, she goes through like the biggest change.
Oh, really?
I would say.
I was going to say, because she's the one who have the least to say on this.
Yeah, she has like hardly any screen time in this one.
Yeah.
She doesn't even go to the party, does she?
No.
No, she's just she's her she's
Jess's cousin.
Yeah, she's Jess's cousin.
Yeah.
But like, no, I thought she was really cute. She does. It's interesting seeing at this place as well. Obviously, she goes through the biggest change as well.
Yeah.
Arguably, she becomes more self-assertive and
nice
and stuff. But it's nice seeing her at this very naive stage. And obviously, she's like referencing Sex and the City, which is obviously a big influence.
Yeah, I loved that. That conversation is what inspired me to message you and say we should do quizzes.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, what character are you? So she's just the whole.
Should we
like,
do them on mic?
On mic, yeah, we could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I can see her getting more. What's it called?
Yeah.
More development.
Honestly, the show is the best and the funniest when they're all four together. But they're only like, that's quite rare.
Yeah. I think that's interesting though, because that's so real to life of like friendship groups.
Yeah.
Of like, we see our friends a lot. But we don't see all our friends a lot in terms of we're all in the same place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's very true to life.
Yeah, exactly.
Of like, you see different combinations.
Different combinations going on their little side adventures. But
yeah.
Like the episode I'm thinking of when they all get together, and there's like a bunch of like screenshots on that always get circled around.
Yeah.
It's like at a wedding episode where they're all just like cutting into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is so fucking funny. Yeah, it's like really great.
No, that's it. That's nice that they save stuff like that though as well.
Yeah.
Of like putting all four of them together. Makes it feel extra special when it happens then. I don't have much to say about any of the guys.
Yeah.
Other than Kylo Ren, but like we kind of spoke about him already.
Ray, he weirdly gets based later on.
Yeah, that's cool. He's the opioid guy.
Yeah. He's in some Mumblecore films as well.
Fair.
I like him when he appears and stuff.
Yeah.
He gets like a ton more screen time later on. But I really like him. Yeah. Like in this episode, I think he's alright. You do get like the bare bones of what he basically stands for.
Yeah.
Just like kind of obnoxious and kind of talking down, but also being kind of correct.
Yeah.
What do you think of Kylo Ren?
This is the only time I've thought he was kind of hot.
Yeah? Do you find him quite attractive in this?
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because there's stuff he says that like gives me the ick as well.
Yeah, no. He's like, he's striding that line of like Phil character.
Yeah, exactly. Like just the way he speaks to Hannah. But then also it's like, you know, when you consider from his perspective, this relationship isn't much.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of get it.
I think it is supposed to be written in the way where it's definitely one-sided and that I think it is quite clear that obviously Hannah's more interested.
Yeah.
Whenever she brings up the fact that he's just like, oh, he's quite elusive.
Yeah.
All the time, it's kind of quite difficult to get contact of. He just sort of brush it off being like, oh, I'm here right now.
Yeah.
So he's like he portrays this character of like he's good in the moment, but he's not good long term.
No,
basically.
Couldn't have a relationship with him.
Yeah, but Adam Driver's a really good actor.
Yeah, I really like Adam Driver. I feel like he's kind of damaged in the sense of being associated with Star Wars. Granted, not as much as some people, but
I feel as though he's one of the only few to like break out of that.
Yeah, exactly. Because like the first thing I ever saw him in was Star Wars, and I'm not a Star Wars fan. So like, yeah, he's fine in Star Wars. I think they're all fine, but I think that they all don't get much in way of what they do, especially like as the films go on.
Yeah.
But the other stuff I've seen him in, I've loved him in.
Yeah, whenever he's gone into like more like
Yeah.
director focused stuff.
Yeah.
Like he obviously he was in Megalopolis, but that was funny.
I haven't seen Megalopolis.
But he has
yet.
been in like much smaller projects, and I do think he is like very strong
Like
performer.
Marriage
overall.
Story, for example.
Yeah,
I think he's great in Marriage Story.
Yeah, so it's cool seeing him. Not his origins. He's been in stuff prior to this, but like this is like one of his big breakout roles, and he had to leave. Like, he had to go back and forth to London to film The Force Awakens. So
yeah, I was going to say this must have been around the same time as when they were starting. Is he still in the full show? Oh, does he drop off?
No, he's in the whole show.
Oh, that's good then. I'm glad about that.
Are you texting?
No, I was looking at what else he's in.
Okay.
So, Black Klansman.
Oh yeah, he's good in that.
Francis Ha, you've seen that, haven't you?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a great film.
I remember you recommending that.
Yeah, that's like elevated mumblecore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always cool when he shows up in things. It's nice to see
like
like an
well,
earlier
because
role.
Francis Ha was like 2012.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah, 2012. Oh, it's Noah Baumbach. Oh, Baumbach.
Bach. No.
It's the same. It's
No, Baumbach.
Baumbach.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he's in Marriage Story.
Marriage Story. Yeah, makes sense. No, I don't know how if him being Adam Driver influences my opinion on the character.
Yeah.
But it does help.
Okay, yeah, that's the whole episode.
That's all
short,
of the
30
shows.
minutes.
Oh yeah, the episode itself. I meant us.
No, we've only
That's gonna
recorded
be-
for 30 minutes.
No way.
No, it's been an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna do it. I don't know. I was like, when I went downstairs just now, I was like, oh, it's still kind of bright outside. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's not long now until spring, but still. But no, yeah, it's only 32 minutes. Nice short one on like the fucking 45 minutes CW episodes. Should we do a quiz or should we read the Reddit first?
Let's read the Reddit. We'll do a quiz to end it off.
Yeah. The girls subreddit seems really active.
I can see why.
Just in general. Yeah, it seems to have quite an active fan base. So that's always nice to see, especially for shows that like ended and don't seem to have like spin-offs or anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they've only got this finite
Yeah, where's the
amount
Jess
of
show?
content. Yeah. Speaking of ending, Girls ran for 6 seasons, 62 episodes, and ended April 16th, 2017.
In 2017? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless I wrote the date wrong. And I was going to check.
You could see the ending of Girls as sort of the ending of the millennial era of reality.
Yeah. Like Trump was just coming into office.
Yeah, that was like a different era.
It's true. I was just when I was like, so they're talking about the Epstein files on the girls subreddit.
Oh God.
Just like, oh no.
Who's in it?
To Peggy Siegel from Jeffrey Epstein. Subject Ari Woody / Michelle. I'm not going to read the full thing, but there's a bit at the end where he says, if we get Woody through these, I have Lena Dunham back in New York to introduce you both to later. She is 26, did a famous little film, Tiny Furniture, and has a HBO series, Girls, about 20-year-old girls in Brooklyn, premiering the beginning of April. She is whispered to be a young female, Woody-ish genius. Oh, no wonder you like it.
No!
She is.
Is this real?
She is the
This
hottest.
is a joke.
She is the hottest new talent and very Hamish. This car.
Uh-huh.
Is this real? So Peggy Siegel. So the top comment on this. Full context, Peggy appears to be a publicist. Saying I have is common to shorthand for I work with this person and I'll make an introduction. There is no proof Lena was ever involved or knew of this conversation.
Okay, so it's real.
It seems to be real.
That's crazy. Lena Dunham mentioned it in the Epstein files.
Yeah, not having done anything.
No.
Tertiary mention.
Epstein was just a fan.
Epstein just knows her work. Yeah. Love this response. Someone 12 downvotes. This is not the fucking flex you think it is. And then the person responded, this is not presented as a flex.
Oh, you didn't show up in the Epstein files? Are you anybody?
Yeah. Does Jeffrey Epstein know who you are? Probably not.
I've gone out in the Epstein files.
Oh, God. Anyway.
Garyn, when are you going to answer the allegations?
Oh, don't say that. This, fucking hell. Our post on Reddit, has 84 upvotes. It has 35.3 thousand views.
God damn, man. How about some of you fuckers get over here and listen to the
Listen to this. Why is Under the Dome our best episode?
Yeah.
Listen to
the one
this.
I'm not here.
Yeah, Boost Up Girls. Yeah, the fucking guy podcast is it. Right, so just gonna read through these. If they're good, I'll keep them.
Okay.
If they're not, I'll cut them.
Have you not read them before?
I've read some. I've skimmed them.
Okay.
Yeah. I've watched the pilot a dozen times with all my friends. I am always cracking up over the scene where Hannah's parents cut her off. It's truly such an accurate representation of those awkward post-college years. I love seeing my friends watch this scene and the rest of the pilot and recognizing Girls for its nuanced humor and storytelling.
Yeah.
I agree with that. They knew the story they wanted to make. Hannah gets cut off from her parents in the pilot, and those same dynamics pop up over and over until the show's finale, and it's good TV. Also, Hannah's clothing is already ill-fitting in a funny way. We learn that Hannah is going to try and survive, and she is not above bargaining, theatrics, or stealing tips from hotel maids. Yeah, didn't really talk about Hannah's comments on her body. I thought that was a really interesting aspect of her character of putting herself down a lot of time as well.
Fans. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people.
That's an incredibly common dynamic amongst women, I feel.
Yeah, because I was going to say a lot of people see that as quite a toxic trait. But I think it's very realistic.
Yeah.
No. A lot of people, especially in terms of bodies, or I'm not speaking on the female experience of it. The women's experience, the female experience. But I just thought that was really interesting, and it kept propping up. There was just lines here and there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
a lot of them flew under my radar. So yeah, you're right though.
Yeah. I thought about it because of my body. I was just oh no, I do that.
No, I do that.
Well, I don't feel like I do.
You're the Lena Dunham of men.
Wow, thanks. Great. Yeah, I don't think I'd actually do that. It's what gets me is I think it's interesting because there's a way of saying it, but to big people up as well. But it's so interesting the whole idea of you can't just compliment someone. You've got to make a competition, arguably.
I like it when it's taken to such an absurd degree.
Yeah,
it's oh my god, you're gorgeous. I would commit genocide.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Someone said, probably my favorite pilot of all time. I regularly watch it as a standalone short film.
I do.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like it works as that, actually.
Yeah, every time I rewatch it, I'm just damn, this is funny.
Yeah. It
doesn't go through a full arc, so...
Yeah, it does, though. That's fair.
And that's what I meant when it flows so well. Every scene ties together very nicely.
Yeah, and by the end, you can see where it's going to go. So, you could just have this as a standalone short.
Yeah.
I appreciate at the time how much the pilot and early episodes of Girls captured the mood of the immediate post-recession America for millennials. We were either just out of college or finishing up college when the recession hit, and essentially eliminated entry-level job culture. Yeah, it's completely fair. We talked about it a bit earlier.
We dog on millennials a lot, but I just want to shout out, because I know there's could be a lot of you who are listening to this one. Rep.
Yeah, thing is, we're on the weird cusp. We're zillennials, as lots of people call them. We are too young to be affected by that financial crash, and then we were very much affected by the second one.
And I grew up on a lot of millennial.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up watching a lot of millennials talking about their childhood, so I feel as though I relate a lot to that.
Yeah. It's really funny.
I only reject you when I find you cringe.
I just hate generational bullying. Not just fucking millennials. I hate when Gen Z do it as well.
You say that as you shit on baby boomer every now and again.
I mean, I don't feel that much. Maybe I do. Maybe it's something to reflect on. But what I mean.
Every time you can't buy a house.
Oh, right. Yeah, but that's I mean in terms of especially between millennials and Gen Z. Like, we're so close to each other.
Yeah.
It's like, does it?
I think that's what causes the most friction, though.
Yeah.
It's just like they each recognizes like themselves in each other, but they're just slightly different, so it irks them to an infinite degree.
And that's why I think like we're in that interesting spot, because even though I don't love this necessarily, like the whole like millennial thing, I think it is truly its own thing, because there are times where I'm like, oh yeah, all this millennial stuff, I do relate to it. But then I've got an older brother who's very solidly a millennial, and if I talk to him about like a lot of the online stuff that's more Gen Z focused, he wouldn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah.
So we are very much in that middle bracket. Yeah. But that being said, I don't like it when it's more just the whole like the infighting, like you said, especially when it feels really manufactured, because a lot of it is online only.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll see things like the war between Gen Z and millennials, and it's like, is it really like, is it just like a dude made a video?
Gen Z's trying to cancel Eminem?
Yeah.
Let me.
It took me a second to I've seen that. Important to know. Oh, this is interesting. I think this was a warning for me. Important to know going into Girls that it is satirical. It's supposed to make fun of the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be very interested. I mean, I knew that going in, but like, I can imagine watching the show if you don't realize that. That's what a put off would be. Kind of what we talked about
I feel as though
earlier.
it conveys that in the first episode.
Yeah, I think that comes across.
Yeah.
But then again, some people really do struggle with the idea of like kind of an unlikable character.
But I think that one of his strong things is that it doesn't beat you over the head with it.
Yeah,
it isn't like constantly being like, aren't these people? It's like you just gotta come tell yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very well crafted pilot, just from a formal perspective. Introduces the conflict and themes immediately. The first image is Hannah shoveling pasta in her mouth like she can't afford to eat it, like a toddler. Then brings everyone together to show who they are while breaking them off to explore one-to-one relationships. I agree with that. But two more. I'm actually a recent Girls fan. Finished season 6 last month and already rewatching season 1 because I didn't have HBO for so long, and by the time I did, I was hesitant to watch it because I only knew of Lena Dunham through her cringe tweets. We have not addressed these tweets.
When will we address the tweets?
We
are not going to address any tweets.
Neither of us have Twitter.
No.
It's like the one thing we managed to stay off of. After the first episode, I texted my friend, told her it's time to hold her judgments. I didn't want to like the show at all, but I loved it from the first episode. Great character setup, great writing, no notes. Fair.
It truly is the Woody Allen of women. That's for you, Garyn.
And from Epstein.
Yeah.
Imagine me, Lena Dunham, and you find out now, like you didn't know before, but you just hear your name is in the Epstein files. How do you not just be like, what the fuck?
Another thing.
Yeah.
Great.
I recently rewatched the pilot and wasn't that impressed. It seemed slow and amateurish. But when I watched it when the show first premiered, I thought it was really good. I was a college student, so I was squarely the right audience. But the show finds its rhythm and gets better, IMO. That's interesting. Hearing an opinion of someone who loved it at the time and then like having seen the show progress.
I wouldn't say it's amateurish. I feel as though it's still like the writing qualities are still there.
That's fair. I mean, maybe just in comparison to the rest. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
And someone else said, I'd love to listen. You got a link. I will post a link. By the time, if you're listening to this, you have the link.
Yeah.
Right, let's do a quiz.
Okay. Have you found one?
Let me have a look. Okay. Which Girls character are you?
And I don't want it to be one of those where it's just like, it's so fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Beforehand, okay, I was going to say, who do you think you are? I feel
Marnie.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
I don't know.
Yeah, a hard one to pin down.
Yeah, I'm multifaceted.
Yeah, you contain multitudes.
I contain multitudes.
Here's a WikiHow one, which I didn't know WikiHow did quizzes.
Okay. I'm scared of what I'm going to find out.
Should I do it first and then you do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or should we do it at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me send you the link then.
Okay. So we pick the answers at the same time.
So we'll read the questions, pick our answers, and then say at the end.
What's your social media of choice?
Oh, mine crashed. Out of these, I'd love to say I'm not really online. But that's not true.
That is not true.
No. Instagram, I guess, is the one I use the most.
I probably used Twitter the most before I went down, so I'm going to pick that.
And TikTok recently, I guess. Which friend are you in the friend group?
This is too obvious. Okay. I'm following this. I'm the innocent one. I'm the one who gets you out of your comfort zone. I'm the Delulu one. What the fuck is a Delulu?
Have you never heard Delulu?
What's Delulu?
It's like AAVE that has been extremely co-opted by white people.
What does it mean?
It's like short for delusional.
Oh.
I'm saying that is a sweeping generalization, but I've never heard a white person say Delulu and it sounds legitimate. It always feels like they're forcing it.
I'm the fun one that gets you out of your comfort zone.
Well, let's just carry on with this because I just looked at there's not that many. That's surprisingly.
Well, there's only 12.
Right.
Wait. Did you pick? Which one did you pick?
No, right. I'm not the no-nonsense parent. Am I more that? Damn. I would have thought all the other ones.
I think either that or the innocent one.
You think I'm the innocent one?
Yeah.
What did you pick?
I haven't picked any yet. I'm still deciding. I think I'm a Delulu.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not knowing what that is.
Am I? I wouldn't necessarily. I guess
You don't do drugs or anything.
Oh, fine. Yeah. Okay. But it's that one. Pick a quote from Girls. I will never be bored as long as there's Halloween. Sometimes being stuck in my own head is so exhausting that it makes me want to cry. Why can't someone just tell me exactly what to do in the way that makes them seem like it's my idea?
I'm picking that one.
You know the weirdest part about having a job is you have to be there every day, even on days you don't feel like it. I'm picking that one.
Which popular musical artist do you feel best embody your aura? I'm picking the Joni Mitchell, Chapel Roan Mitski, even though I like Chapel Roan, but I don't feel as though she fits in there.
I'm stuck in between. I mean, between that and Sabrina Carpenter, Lana Del Rey, and Fiona Apple. Honestly, I don't really think any of these are really my aura. I'm going to pick the same as you.
Okay.
Yeah. How might your teacher or past teacher describe your parents?
Oh, there you go.
Describe you to your parents. Ambitious, innovative, but doesn't always fit in with other kids. Bright, creative, but sometimes stubborn. Hardworking, popular, and helpful to others. Very creative, but doesn't apply themselves. It could be a bit of a troublemaker.
We're both quiet kids.
Yeah, I think same. It's like ambitious, innovative. But
I'm not popular, so I'm not picking that one.
I picked the doesn't always fit in, but like ambitious.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
It doesn't always fit in with the others. I'm going to pick but stubborn.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree though. Choose a lucky charm. A dream catcher. A floor-leaf clover. A rabbit's foot.
Artificial
rabbit's foot. I guess Dreamcatcher for me.
Because you're reading.
Because I'm currently reading Dreamcatcher.
I'm going to pick four-leaf clover.
Yeah. What's your non-traditional love language? Ranting to my friends. Praise from strangers.
I can answer this for you. Ranting to my friends.
Yeah, I know that one.
Praise from strangers.
Surprised yours isn't egging people on.
Well, I already picked it.
No, that's fine. I agree. What is most important to you? Writing the great next American novel, being a Grammy-winning musician, doing whatever I want with no regrets to thrive professionally. I mean, yeah, I guess
I know where this one's going because I know which one is for each character on this one. I want to be a Grammy-winning musician.
Yeah, you do. No, really, what's most important to you in life? Being truly seen, being loved, leaving my mark on society, being taken seriously. Being loved, for me.
Being truly seen. In your opinion, which of these girls' moments is most iconic? Oh, this will be great for you. Shoshana unleashing on everyone at Marnie's dinner party. Oh, that's what I was referencing earlier.
Oh, okay.
Elisha telling Hannah her dad is gay. That's
Andrew Reynolds.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Oh no, her dad's gay.
Yeah.
No, don't.
Marnie's atrocious cover of Strong. Jess bathing in a stream and then running through a field to dry herself.
I'm gonna go for the atrocious cover of Stronger because that sounds very funny.
Oh, I gotta share that. It's so good. No, I'm gonna pick Shoshana unleashing on everyone.
That's fair.
Okay.
What is your weakness? I can be perfectionist sometimes. I can be selfish. I can be impulsive. I can speak without a filter.
I'm either selfish or I speak without a filter sometimes.
Fair. I think in a way I could be kind of selfish, but more in terms of my thoughts, not in terms of my actions. But I guess then that doesn't really matter. I don't know if I could say I can be a perfectionist.
Okay, I'm going to say speak without a filter sometimes.
I'm going to say selfish. What are you most likely to be on a Saturday night? On a plane with a last-minute ticket to who knows where? Killing a karaoke night? Rubbing at elbows with an elite literary salon?
Oh no.
At a slumber party? I'll say slumber party because, more realistically, it's I'd be with friends. It's we sit and watch films.
I'm gonna say killing at a karaoke night, even though we only do that every couple of months.
That's fair. Skip to results. I got Hannah. I wonder if it's because I picked the novel bit. You also got Hannah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Team Hannah. We're both
Hannah.
like Lena Dunham.
We're both in the Epstein files.
Yeah, oh no. Great way to end it.
Great.
Fantastic. So next week we're talking about Two Broke Girls.
Two Broke Girls.
You can, if you like this podcast, feel free to leave us a review, either on your podcast platform of choice, or you can like this video if you're watching on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at firsttimeflyerspodcast. And if you have any thoughts on the upcoming episodes, you can find those episodes on our Instagram if you want to see what we've got in the works. You can email them to us at firsttimeflyerspodcast@gmail.com. We also have another podcast with our friend Garyn who gets mentioned a lot. It's called All Hail the King, where we talk about Stephen King stuff.
Yeah.
And you can find that, as well as this podcast, on Pod One Out Studios on YouTube.
Cool.
Yes. So thank you for listening.
Thank you.
This was very fun. Nice, concise one.
Yeah.
Not many tangential bits.
Because
we actually had shit to say about
as opposed to Batman.
Yeah, we're just like 9/11.
9/11. Oh shit, we should have mentioned it's in New York for fuck's sake. It's called Pilot.
It's called because 9/11.
Because 9/11 and they're in New York.
That makes perfect sense. And it was not far after the 10-year anniversary as well.
Yeah.
2012, that's not that far after.
That's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Bye.
Goodbye.